Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 794, recorded live on May 18th, 2024. And here are your hosts, the man who was busy for a bit of today, Dave Pillay.
Ouch.
And the man who was busy for basically all of today, Andy Lowe. Hi.
Hi, Andy.
Now, before we get into that, I'm thirsty, though, so I need to open up my
Hashtag
peach,
not sponsored.
my peach-flavored Pepsi and see
Hashtag not sponsored.
see how horrendous this is.
I have a smoothie that I made myself.
Oh, yeah, that's peach. All right, here we go.
But why? Like, peach is such a bad flavor.
Oh. I'm just going to set that down here on the floor and open up this Mountain Dew.
You're like, as far away from me as possible. Is this you tried it to say that you tried it?
Yes.
Okay.
I will not be finishing that. That is Pepsi and that artificial peach taste. Ugh. Dude, like the lime was good because it cut down on the sweetness of Pepsi.
But peach is just going to like accentuate it.
Yeah, it's like, well, let's just make it sweeter and make it with the artificial peach flavoring.
Which is gross.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was no. Just no. Why would you do that? It was who was I talking to? Who was I talking to? I was talking to the people at the Torch Club, because they have a bar in the back.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the waiter because they were talking about, giving me a shot of whiskey with my Coke. I was like, well, whiskey I normally drink with Mountain Dew, and they're just like, oh, and we start going off on Mountain Dew, and I'm like, yeah, They're like, oh, did you hear about this flavor? I'm like, yes, I've basically tried all the flavors of Mountain Dew. And they brought up the flaming hot Mountain Dew, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, I remember that, and I don't want that.
Been there, tried that.
Been there, tried that. Could see why there were some stores who were literally trying to just give it away because they didn't want it on the store shelves anymore. If I remember correctly, there was like one store that was like, buy one bottle of it, get like 5 free, because they just wanted to get it out of the store.
I mean, good if you like it.
Yeah, but it was flaming hot Mountain Dew. Yeah. So, yeah.
No one liked it.
Yep. I still have that peach taste in my mouth.
Dude, not my problem.
Nope.
I'm sorry. You brought that one on yourself.
Yeah, well, I had to try it.
No, you didn't, Andy. You literally did not have to try it. No one is making you do this, sir. You could say, oh, no, I didn't have that one. I don't like peach.
But now I can definitely say going, yep, it's just like, all the people complaining about 50 Shades of Grey. I was like, you know what? I will have to read this book so I can, point to people and go, why did you like this book? Why did you like this book? They're like, oh, you haven't read it. I'm like, oh, no, I have read it.
I did read it. It was bad.
Yeah, I list off, a couple of subplot points that you would understand if you actually, read the book, but aren't really covered in the main overviews. Yeah. And they're just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, it's bad.
It's also a really bad example of a, BDSM relationship.
Yes. No, that...
not only is it bad writing, but, that is not a healthy relationship.
There was, I forgot what book I was reading about that, but they brought that up in there, and they specifically, it was an audiobook, and it was read by the author who was female.
Yeah. And
they specifically brought in a guy, because they did a parody version of what, the actual relationship should have looked like. They brought in a voice actor just to play Dorian Gray, just for that one little, couple of paragraphs, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
Excuse me.
So what were you partially busy with?
I did 5.5 hours of yard work today, including chopping down a...
cherry tree?
Nope, but a branch of an ash tree.
Mm.
And by branch, I mean one of the trunks. One of the big branches coming off the main trunk. This thing was... What would that be? That would be about 7 inches in diameter. And I took it off the tree. And I got it down, and then I had to chop it, and chop it, and chop it. And then I removed thank you, Laura, limb. I removed the limb from a tree. And I cleared out some raspberries that had fungal infection, and I mowed. I was out there for 5 hours. It was 83 degrees in the sun.
Well, yeah, because you were removed a branch from a tree.
It was not providing any shade anyway because it was dead.
Oh.
The tree is alive. This limb was not.
I see.
The ash tree has been infected with emerald ash borers.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Yeah. It's a sad tree right now. We're really hoping that it comes back. We're starting to get it treated. And it's doing better this year than it was last year. But I've taken down so far 3 limbs off this tree, and they're big. And then you have to cut them up. Mm-hmm. On the plus side, I got a lot of firewood out of that.
I was going to say ash is a decent hardwood. Let it season for a season.
Nope. What did I just say about it, Andy?
Oh, because it had the emerald ash borer in it.
I don't need to let it season, Andy.
Because it's already dead?
It's dead. It is bone dry.
All right, yeah.
Probably drier. My bone is surrounded by muscle and blood. So, once I got it shot, I used it in the solo stove tonight, and it went up pretty nice. Yeah, I have no idea if there's other rules about it because of the emerald ash borer. I know I'm not supposed to ship it anywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at the emeraldashborer.info. My ash tree is dead. Now what do I do page?
Oh, no. What do they say? What should you do? Cut it down?
Well, yeah. Doesn't say...
managing and controlling EAB and utilizing dead ash trees.
Yeah, basically it's just don't spread it. Yeah. Well, if you're burning it, you're definitely not spreading it. Yep. Nope. Today, I actually had something happen that never actually happened in my childhood, but happened in Isaac's.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, what kept you busy today, Andy?
Well, I woke up. Kids woke up, 15 minutes after me, did breakfast, and then we got them dressed and off to their swimming lessons, which they were, rock stars in the water. Then as soon as we did that, came home, we had an hour for lunch, and then we left to go to the first of 2 birthday parties today. Mm-hmm. And so we had to leave that one early in order to go to the second birthday party. So it's one of those things where it's in my childhood... never got invited to 2 birthday parties.
On the same day?
On the same day. And one of them was at, the first one was at Kids Empire, which is one of those giant indoor play structures. I don't know what you would call it, indoor jungle gym?
Sure. A playhouse.
Yes. So it's got, the slides and all the foam-covered, climbing apparatuses. So we did that for a couple of hours, had some pizza, and then left to go to the other birthday party, which was at the kids' house. So we got to hang out with them for a bit. And then that lasted till about 7. We came home, had snack, and then we went into bedtime routine for the kids. And once that was done, we just came back downstairs, and here we are.
Sounds like a packed day.
Yes. In that giant indoor jungle gym, I wish I was 2 or 3 inches shorter, because it looks like all of the cubes were built at about a 5'6" height for the middle levels. Yeah. Oh, it's not easy for you either? Oh, yeah, Kate doesn't like the middle levels either. All right. I have to be shorter than 5'6", it seems. But yeah, it was, it's too tall to need to crawl, but it's too short, so you have to kind of stoop and tilt your head to the side, and yeah, feeling it in my neck. Yeah.
I am feeling this afternoon's efforts in every joint in my body.
Now, did you use hand tools, wrists, or did you actually have a chainsaw?
My next door neighbor had a Sawzall. A reciprocating saw with a wood blade attachment. So that's what I had.
Yeah, no, I've done that.
Yep.
How many teeth per inch? Please tell me it was something under 10.
Oh, way under 10.
Okay.
It may have been 4 teeth in an inch.
4 to 6 teeth. Yeah, that's the wood pruning blade.
Yeah, this was a wood blade.
Yeah, no.
It chewed through it, but there was a lot of it to chew through.
Yes, no,
Also, to get the limb down from the tree, that was manual. That was, I have like an extendo rod thing with a saw blade at the end, and I just sat there like cutting away at this limb branch thing.
I'm sorry, I would have gotten... Granted, what I would have done is taken my ladder and my chainsaw
Yeah.
and done it that way.
I definitely, like, consider just running down to Home Depot and being like, I need a chainsaw. Like, just now, give me a chainsaw.
Yeah, I've got one battery-powered that hooks up with the rest of the Ryobi stuff. Chewed through some of our bigger limbs without a problem. But yeah, no, that was after I tried also doing the reciprocating saw with that wood blade, and I'm just like, this is
Yep.
Enough of this chainsaw.
Yep.
Chainsaws were invented for a reason.
I was hoping that this neighbor had a chainsaw, and he did not. But he's like, I have a reciprocating saw, and I'm like, I will take it, sir. Because it is better than doing this by hand.
Yes.
Or, even worse, I have an oscillating multi-tool. I did use that on the last one. Do you know how long that took? Even with the quote-unquote wood blade?
Yes, because that is not...
That was a good, like, 15 to 30 teeth per inch.
Oh, my goodness.
That was painful.
I used one of those at the old job because we had found an old trailer sitting behind one of the studio buildings down in Coldwater. And I'm like, hey, what's up with this trailer? And they're like, oh, it was part of some motorcycle contest. So like you originally got, won the motorcycle and the trailer. But then the guy who sponsored the giveaway decided to, like, the last year not to give away a trailer, just to give away a motorcycle. So they still had to get a trailer for this motorcycle to take it to all the locations and get everybody to sign up. Mm-hmm. So they bought a trailer and they used it to haul around this motorcycle one time. And they're thinking, okay, he'll do it next year. We've got the trailer here. He didn't do it the next year. So the trailer kind of just sat behind the transmitter building for probably a decade and a half, and I pulled it out there, and it was supposed to have some sort of like back ramp sort of thing, but nobody knew where it went to.
What?
Yeah, so I just bought like an 8-foot long piece of oak, and I had to notch out little things in order to get it to slide into the position right, and I did that with an oscillating tool because I have to do a notch.
Yeah, it's very fine detail work.
Yeah. But yeah, no, trying to cut that notch with the oscillating tool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It worked. It was not fun.
Today. The chainsaw would have been much better today.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth, it's not the worst thing I've used to cut wood with. Because anything you say, I might be able to beat you with this one thing that I did. I had to take out a tree that was in the front yard by the garage. They'd planted these like fir trees, right? Just evergreens that had started small and just kept growing and growing and growing. And I'm like, I don't like these. They don't look good. One of them got like winter frostbitten and so like wasn't producing leaves. It looked ragged. And I'm like, I'm going to take this thing out with an angle grinder. I almost lit it on fire from the inside.
I've seen people take out stumps that way. They drill a hole in the top, they drill a hole in the side, and they just fill it up with like some sort of...
And just light it on fire?
Rag or something, yeah, and light it on fire.
Yep. Well, this almost lit it on fire because of the angle grinder.
Oh my gosh.
There was so much friction on the inside that it just almost lit it on fire. I have since not used the angle grinder for that.
I have an angle grinder.
Don't use it to cut wood.
No.
It does not work.
Nope. That was what I used to take down that 200-foot radio transmitter tower.
Nice. That's what it's for. Cutting metal, not wood.
Yeah, I used that to cut notches into the tubes so then I could get the bandsaw in there, the portable bandsaw in there a lot easier without it binding.
Laura's comment, it works, just not safely. Which is honestly most of my creative solutions. They work, just not safely.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Sure.
So I was going through my Facebook memories for today.
Yep.
15 years ago today was my bachelor party.
Oh my God. The tale of two Andys.
Yes.
Yep. The group that was interested in getting Andy shit-ass drunk, and the group that was like, Pinball Pizza's next door. Why aren't we at Pinball Pete's? Pinball Pete's is literally next door. Why aren't we there?
And we went there.
We did.
And then the other half of my bachelor party went, where did Andy go?
And you know what? I still think it was a very successful bachelor party. I think everyone had a great time, except when you got sick and threw up because I fed you coconut.
That was the first thing, was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff there. I shot of that, and then I'm like, that was coconut rum. Yeah.
Like, maybe? Yeah. No? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I look at the drink list. I'm like, yeah, that was coconut rum. I'm going to be throwing up in a bit.
But after that, everything after that was great.
Everything after throwing up at your bachelor party, that was great. All right. Should we do topics?
Sure.
Because we've done a whole bunch of everything else but topics.
We've done food. We've done memories. We've
done ways to get rid of tree branches. Both successfully and safely and
not.
So
topics.
Yes, on the topic list here, anything you want to hit?
I added a topic about GPT 4.0.
Yeah, what is this?
What is GPT 4.0?
Yes, and what is it?
The O stands for Omni. So GPT 4.0, I just started looking into this because I started seeing things coming across. It's OpenAI's new model based on GPT-4, which is why it's GPT-4o, but it lives in your phone. It can do audio, video, or text or image, and it's still a conversational AI, but they also hooked it into a text-to-speech generator. So it talks to you. And it has personality, and it changes the way it sounds as the conversation progresses based on what the conversation is. So it can sound curious. It can sound very sure of itself. And it's basically an app on your phone that you can talk to, and it talks back. But you can also turn on the video, and it can use the camera.
Huh. I'm looking at some of these examples that people are using for GPT-4o.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a pretty accurate stance.
I don't know.
Real-time translation.
Okay, so real-time translation, yes, that's always, that was literally how this all got started.
That was how all this got started.
Yes, the paper. The paper that the Google...
for Google, for generative large language model AI.
Yes.
What are the transformations? The transformers.
Yes.
Yeah, it was originally a project for Google Translate.
Yes, that's what I remember from my presentation. I'm actually, since my presentation is on Google Slides, I just popped over there. Let me open it up. Scroll down. No, that's Watson. Farther down. Neural networks. LLMs. Attention is all you need.
Yep.
2017 paper. 8 scientists at Google originally for use with language translation. So hopefully it will do language translation pretty good.
But real time, where I'm speaking in a language and it will translate and speak in a different language.
Well, that would be nice.
Right?
Yes.
Especially because technically you could tell it to do something like, find out this question with this person who speaks Spanish. It's not just a translator, it's an interpreter.
They did 20 different languages. Oof. Arabic, Russian, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, German, Spanish, Portuguese, French, English, and some Southeast languages I don't even want to try and pronounce. Huh. Yeah, it's my new favorite quote now is the fact that this will be the worst that this will ever be.
In what sense?
Well, just the fact that AI right now is the worst that this AI will ever be.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, Andy. Are you reading Dune?
I finished Dune. Why,
Okay.
do you expect to have some sort of jihad uprising?
Congrats. No, but like the Butlerian Jihad, or like thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a man. It's possible that AI will end up being worse than it is now if we as a world say maybe not.
Well, didn't OpenAI, I know this is not on the topic list, but didn't OpenAI do something about getting rid of their some sort of AI safety team?
Yeah, their entire team left. It wasn't clear to me whether they left voluntarily or that they were fired, but their entire, we need to prep the world for general AI. Was it? It's not general AI. Is it generic AI? What's the word? What am I thinking of?
I'm trying to think of.
Is it just general AI?
I think it's general.
It's artificial general intelligence, AGI. AGI. That's what it is. It's not artificial intelligence, it's artificial general intelligence. That's the one that it may as well be a person. It is thinking. And yeah, the team that was in charge of we should figure this out is gone.
Okay, because one of the co-leads was one of the 4 people who fired Altman in November. So after Altman was restored,
they were we're going to get rid of OpenAI. Dissolved a team focused on ensuring the safety of possible future ultra-capable artificial intelligence systems. Oops.
So one of them resigned, and then quickly after, the team's other co-lead resigned as well, and then the group's work will be absorbed into OpenAI's other research efforts.
Sure. OpenAI's long-term AI risk team has been disbanded.
Yeah, the company's neither co-leads responded to requests for comments, and they did not offer an explanation for their decision to leave. Oh, what? No, there's an update here. One of them posted a thread on X explaining that his decision came from a disagreement over the company's priorities and how much resources his team was being allocated.
OpenAI's charter binds it to safely developing so-called AGI technology that rivals or exceeds humans safely for the benefit of humanity. Oh, I don't like that.
Well, you probably didn't like all of Google I.O. then, did you?
Do you mean Google AIO?
Yeah, basically. I don't think there was anything at Google I.O. that wasn't somehow related.
I mean, it's been AI focused for 2 years, but previously it was predictive models.
Yep.
It wasn't Gemini.
Well, there was
I do look forward, because this is coming, when Amazon just adds a generative LLM AI to Alexa. It's already pretty good at interpreting commands, but they could very quickly and easily bump it up. And the next generation of Alexa devices are probably going to have some sort of generative AI in them.
Yes, but how is that going to make Amazon money?
Selling more devices?
Sorry, I'm doing a Google search here.
Sure.
Because I remember that the AI overview for the... Can't generate an AI overview right now. Try again later. I did it on my phone, and the generative AI overview was wrong. And I knew it was wrong, and I read it. I'm like, no, that's not right. So I was going to try and see how to basically tell it that it was wrong, but it's not available right now. So...
Isn't there a little thumbs up, thumbs down thing?
I don't remember. I was on my phone.
Oh.
Let's see if I can search for... Can I search for it on here?
You finished Dune already?
Yeah.
Nice.
I drive many places.
That's true. I don't.
So when I have it in audiobook format, I'm able to listen to it, especially since I can listen to audiobooks at 1.225, 1.3 speed at the most.
Yeah.
So I now have Kate's Audible login too. So she gave me a list of things to listen to in her Audible account. So I'm going to start doing that. But yes, no, if I'm in the truck, I'm driving somewhere, it's going to be at least a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour one way, and then I got to turn around and drive back home. So
you are further than I am.
Nope, I finished it, and I will just leave it at that. So one of the things that I was keyed into was that Google basically came out with their own version of Sora, which we talked about here was, just an amazing generative video AI.
Yes. The one that could do like full moving video.
Yes, up to 60 seconds. Well, Google says VEO, can generate 1080p resolution videos over a minute in length, and it can take cinematic terms.
Yeah.
Like if you tell it to do a time-lapse video, a shot of something, it understands that and will make it a time-lapse video.
Well, crap.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But again, we're getting into this like, that's really cool, but also kind of dangerous.
Yeah. They have, I think they said at Google I/O though that they were coming up with their own. Where's it at here? Google upgrades its Synth ID AI watermarking. So
So here's the thing. I just saw recently a YouTube short about AI watermarking, and I know it's kind of like a ridiculous place to get your news from, but they had sources. They were doing demonstrations based on the most up-to-date papers about OpenAI's watermarking and AI's ability to recognize its own stuff. And it had a picture, and it's like, is this made by AI? And it's like, no. Well, yes, that's of course that's made by AI. I made that. I recognize that. And then they cropped the picture and they said, is this made by AI? No, that's a real picture.
Oh.
And they're like, what do you mean it's a real picture? You just told me that it's yours. Nope, that's different. Or here's a picture. Is this made by AI? Yeah, clearly that's made by AI. And then they made a black and white copy of the picture. Is this made by AI? No, that's a real picture. So watermark, yes, helpful, but also no.
Well, I was also talking to somebody else and they were asking about that. I'm like, well, yes, that, the professional ones are out there, but you technically can, if you have enough time and money, just roll your own AI.
Yep.
Say if you were the Russian government or the Chinese government, which, has a lot of money to throw at things.
Yep.
It's
money and time.
Yep, that's all you need for an AI is just time for the training and money to pay for everything.
Yep. And the systems to run it.
Yep.
But yeah, they're not going to have watermarks on their shit.
Nope.
All right. Anything else come out of Google I/O that you wanted to chat about?
No, it was just surprising that it was all AI.
Is it surprising that it was all AI?
No, it was just annoying. I'll say it's annoying that it was basically all AI.
Well, get used to that.
I know.
That's going to stick around for a little while.
It's just like, AI's the new thing. It's just like blockchain and NFTs.
I think it might have a bit more staying power than NFTs.
Yes, but still, it was just like...
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
It just feels like AI now is, what blockchains and NFTs were. Just everybody seems to know about them and want to do something with them. And it's just like, really? Do we really need to do that?
Well, if it gets us out of Web 3, which was all blockchain-based internet, then yes, please. Please. So much wasted electricity.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want to... Let's see what else we got here. I got some...
Ooh, there's some gaming topics.
Oh, yes, gaming topics.
I like games.
I was excited. They released the announcement on the next Assassin's Creed game.
Why does this appear to be set in feudal Japan?
That part, I don't know. But yes, it is... set in feudal Japan.
Okay, but small problem. I guess by that point the Assassins organization, the in-universe Assassins organization, could have spread Since they technically existed since, like, ancient Greece.
Well, it's the answer, Dave, is aliens.
I mean, yeah, I played Assassin's Creed 2. I know about the like old ones.
Yep. So
I know that Adam and Eve were like test subjects that escaped.
There's got to be a YouTube video now out there about like the in-game
story of Assassin's Creed. Probably. I should watch it because I only kind of understood what was going on when I was playing the game. Now, that said, I did go back to try and replay Assassin's Creed 2 recently. It doesn't hold up well.
No.
The graphics are painful to look at.
Yes, it's painful to look at, and there was a lot of stuff that they learned from those first couple of Assassin's Creed games.
Yep.
So things were a lot easier to flow, and combat was easier in the later versions because it was just there were problems. So yeah, I went back and tried to play the original Assassin's Creed, and
it does not stand up.
No, there were a lot
for a genre-defining game of like open world exploration RPG.
There were problems.
They're not good.
No.
Give me Breath of the Wild over Assassin's Creed any day. I do love still the like rationalization for these towers in one, like whatever open world game you're in, there's some sort of rationalization for having these really tall towers just in the middle of random places.
Yeah. But the problem I had, though, which a bunch of people back
to Assassin's Creed, yes,
was that on the box art for the physical product, it says "Internet required to install the game."
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise you?
Only for the install.
Does that surprise you?
Unfortunately, no. But this is also coming from Ubisoft, who just recently crashed the Crew game, making it unplayable due to the fact that there's, no online component available anymore at Ubisoft for it.
So you could buy this game and then want to go back and play it in like 5 years, 10 years. And when you try, you might not be able to install it.
Yes, even though you have the physical disc and there is nothing else. They even stated in a clarification that says Assassin's Creed Shadows will not require a mandatory connection at all times. An online connection will be needed to install the game, but you will be able to play the entire journey offline without any online connection. Well, it's like, okay, but why do you need the online install? Why?
Probably because they want it to phone home to make sure it's a legit copy.
It's possibly. I don't know.
Not to mention any 0-day patches.
Yes, there was one of the other games that they had talked about. I forgot what it was, but there was one of them where, there was a 0-day patch required to actually install one of the other games recently. And then it was offline after that. Oh, yeah, Avatar.
This does not shock me in the least, especially after the shit that Sony just pulled. Do I agree with it? No. Do I think it's insane? Yes. Am I surprised? Not at all. I expect this to be a standard.
Well, I wonder if it's going to be like Adobe, where they just, put out some sort of
yearly subscription.
Well, no, I was going to say put out some key for the, Adobe Audition 3 going, well, the licensing servers are down. So if you need to install, your old version of the software. Yep.
Just use this key.
Yep.
Maybe. No Grand Theft Auto this year?
Nope. Take-Two has said there will be, no fiscal year this year.
Well, when does their fiscal year end?
In the fall.
So why do they say Oh, no, fall of next year.
Yes.
Oh, generally when you say the fiscal year ends in the fall, that means the fall of the year you're in.
Oh, no, yeah, it's...
Their fiscal year 24 ends in, July of 2025.
Yes. So Take-Two now has said that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be released in the fall of 2025, which will put it into fiscal year 2026. So during the earnings call, they basically had to scale back all their numbers by a lot.
Grand Theft Auto fiscal year 2025, which ends March 31st, 2025. Okay. Did you mean to say fiscal year 24 then, Andy? I think you meant to say fiscal year 25.
I might have. Let me change that.
That's what's confused me.
Sorry.
Because they had originally said, like, 2025...
Yes. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. It says fiscal year 2025.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Because we are in fiscal year 2025. I was wondering, that seemed really weird that their fiscal year 2024 ended at the end of 2025. We are in fiscal year 2025, which began on April 1st, 2024.
Yes.
And they are saying no GTA 6 in this fiscal year, which means the earliest would be April of 2025.
Yes, but they said if they're looking at a fall of 2025 now for Grand Theft Auto 6.
So all of their revenue numbers are going to look way down.
Yeah, because they said that they were expecting $8 billion in bookings for fiscal 2025.
Bookings? I don't know what bookings means in this situation.
Oh, let's see. Net revenue, net loss, total net bookings, 1.35 billion. I think that's their profit?
In any case, they are not expecting to make a lot this year.
Yes.
Next year, however.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's their stock at?
Okay, so net bookings is our operational metric and defined as the net amount of products and services sold digitally or sold in physically during the period. It includes licensing fees, merchandising, in-game advertising, strategy guides, and publisher incentives. So that's not revenue, but it is revenue.
Take-Two Interactive Software. I mean, their stock is up with the announcement. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the GTA 6 announcement was early November.
Probably. They said fall of 2025. So
no, I mean, when did they announce the game that they were like working on it?
Oh, when did they announce Grand Theft Auto 6?
Yep, I'm going to guess early November.
Hold on, let's see. In November 2023, Rockstar president announced the first trailer would be released in early December to celebrate the company's 25th anniversary.
Yep. Because I'm looking at their stock and it went from 136 to 156 over the course of like 3 days.
Yep. The trailer broke the record for the most first-day views on a non-music YouTube video within 12 hours with 46 million.
Yep. It's going to be big.
Yep. I still need to play 5.
No, you don't.
What?
You don't.
I literally have a copy.
A lot of people liked 5. I couldn't get into it.
I could
not get into it.
I don't know. It's either on Steam or Epic or somebody. I've got it on some platform already. I already have a copy that I own.
Okay.
So I have a copy of it. I just need to actually play it.
Or you could just replay 4.
That could also be a possibility.
4 was really good. Just putting that out there.
And I never actually did any of the DLC for 4. So I still have the duffel bag and the safety deposit box for 4. Well, I was at Best Buy, I think, at the time. Or was that just after I had finished? And I was like, well, shoot, I'll get the premium version. Comes with a duffel bag and a safety deposit box. Okay, sure. Why not?
Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, do you want to do some space news or?
Sure. Starliner delayed. Helium tank this time.
Yes.
So this one was Boeing.
This one was Boeing, yes. So
How
after
did they not catch this in the first one?
The leak was discovered earlier this week, prompting the mission team to push the planned launch to May 21st.
Yep.
And now they're like, well, it says it's okay, but we want to, Boeing and NASA and ULA want more time to assess the situation. So they're pushing it even farther back till May 25th.
Oof. Well, my boss did not get to see it.
Nope.
It's too bad. He was bummed about it. He was like, I was going to actually go down and look at that. I'm like, well, sorry.
So that's
sorry to get your hopes up.
Yep. So yeah, 25th now is the earliest.
Yeah. But it's Boeing, so like, who knows?
Yep.
The door could fly off.
Well, there was actually 2 other ULA pieces of news that are actually kind of surprising because one came out and then literally news of the other one came out right after.
Okay.
So 4 years ago, Air Force made its selections of companies to launch military payloads.
Yeah.
The military chose SpaceX with Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy boosters to 40% of the launches.
Okay.
And the United Launch Alliance with its new Vulcan rocket was given 60% of those missions. And 4 years ago...
SpaceX is like, hey, we finished all the missions.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, the Vulcan rocket was still in development and was expected to fly within the next year or so. And that hasn't been...
It has not been the case, has it?
No.
Have they flown any missions with the Vulcan rocket yet?
Took flight in January this year.
With an actual payload?
No.
Okay, so no.
They did the rocket. The rocket launched successfully, but they have to complete a second flight with a payload before the U.S. military can certify the Vulcans for national security missions or national safety missions or whatever they're the military missions.
Right.
So the Air Force actually sent a letter saying that they are...
you guys are taking too long.
Yeah, the Air Force Assistant Secretary sent a letter to the co-owners of United Launch Alliance saying, I am growing concerned with the ULA's ability to scale manufacturing of its Vulcan rocket and scale its launch cadence to meet our needs. Currently, there is military satellite capability sitting on the ground due to Vulcan delays. Oops. ULA has a backlog of 25 national security space launch Phase 2 Vulcan launches on contract. These 25 launches are due to be completed by the end of 2027.
25 launches in 3 years?
Yep.
I mean, doable if you don't have to remake your rocket every time. So, what are the chances that they break their contract and go to SpaceX?
Well, they are currently they actually just fined the ULA.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Over the delays of 2 military satellite launches this year.
I'm sure that was written into the contract.
Probably.
It's not so much a fine as like a price cut, right?
Yes.
Because they're not charging them for the missions. ULA is charging the Air Force for it. The Air Force is paying them.
Yes.
But this is just like, hey, give us some of the money back. You're taking too long.
Yes. The ULA needs to complete certification so these important missions can get to orbit. The Alliance's first national security space launch was supposed to be of a new navigation satellite in January. Instead, due to delays, we have worked with ULA to launch in October.
Oh, 9-month delay.
Yep. But still, it's kind of funny that the word broke on one saying that, hey, they sent this letter out here, and then on an entirely different news site, word broke that they're also getting fined for not...
breach of contract.
Yep.
Is it breach of contract if the fine is written into the contract? Because again, I'm sure that was written into the contract.
The government is holding ULA accountable for delays in accordance with the terms of its contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not breach of contract.
No.
It's literally part of the contract.
Postponement fees.
There you go. Shit.
Yeah.
You better get it out there. Years ago, back in 2016-ish, the Department of Defense was looking for a new EHR, and Epic and Cerner were the 2 finalists. I wonder how that's going. We did not get the contract. I wonder how it's going.
I don't know.
Oh, I kind of do. Cerner isn't Cerner anymore. Let's start there. Okay. What else would you like to talk about, Andy?
Where are we at time-wise? Oh, we're there. All right. Square Enix says they're going to lay off people, but they have not said who they are or how many layoffs there are going to be.
Oh, that sucks. Why would you even say that you're doing it?
It told the staff in an internal meeting on Monday that they're going to make an unconfirmed number of layoffs as part of ongoing company restructuring.
Is it better or worse to do that? I guess for the Europe folk, they have to. Because you're required to give notice. You're required to pay them a severance package.
Following the internal meetings on Monday, many of Square Enix's main Slack channels were locked. We're going to tell you this news, and we don't want to hear anything from you about it.
We don't want you to talk to each other about it.
Nope.
We don't want you to point out all the different places that you could go to work now that the FTC has said that non-competes aren't actually a thing. When does that go into effect? It was 120 days. That was April 23rd. So October 8th. Interesting.
Let's see what else we got on here. Delay. Oh, the company that created Marvel Rivals send out a contract for content creators saying that, hey, if you sign the contract, we'll let you, get into the game early.
Yeah.
But the contract contained an agreement that forbade streamers and creators from being critical of the game and providing subjective negative reviews.
Well, that's dumb.
Hey, we'll let you get in this game early. You just can't say anything bad about it.
Can't say anything bad. God damn it. Marvel and Disney. God damn it. No. Bad Disney. Bad. That's something I'd expect Sony to do. Bad Disney.
The company NetEase, which is the Marvel Rivals developer, says they realize the contract is a draft version aiming for long-term cooperation with the creators who are interested in Marvel Rivals. Development team hopes to have a more meaningful and consistent feedback, suggestions, and criticisms. That they apologize for the inappropriate and misleading terms.
Yup. Can't do that, guys. You can't say like, hey, if you be really nice to us, we'll let you in early.
We'll let you play the game and, create content
Stream
for
it. And you get content and you get viewers. Everyone's going to be interested in it. You just can't say anything bad about it.
Nope.
Dumb.
Oh, and I missed this last bit of space news. The FAA is beginning their environmental review for Starship launches from Florida.
Cool.
So
they might not be launching from Texas anymore.
Well, they could be launching from Texas and in
Florida.
A year or two from now, up to 44 launches annually from 39A.
Damn, cool.
Because the already constructed some of the infrastructure there, but the EIS is needed for additional launch infrastructure to support booster landings and other launch needs, like a deluge system, because as we learned, you need a deluge.
They need the deluge system. Unless you would like to launch concrete thousands of feet away from the launch pad. That was damn. We don't need. I love it. Elon, no, we don't need it. We can skip it. You do need it, dude. You do need it. All right, I think it's your review.
Yes, and I am going to review a game that I played for a bit. It's called Murder in the Alps. So I had finished up all of the Haiku adventure games. We had reviewed that a long time ago. And I had finally finished up all of the games. And I was like, well, shoot, what am I supposed to do now? Because I'm done with it.
Apparently GTA 5, but go ahead.
So there's a Facebook fan group for this, and then other people, every once in a while would be posting, be like, hey, I just finished all the games. What else should I play? And they, give things like the Da Vinci games and the Room games and the stuff that I've already played. But somebody's like, oh, I'm really enjoying these Murder in the Alps games. And I'm just like, okay, we'll try that out. Thinking that, this is like a Agatha Christie adventure game. Mm-hmm. It is not. It is basically a hidden object game.
Oh, no.
For 99% of the game is just trying to find the hidden objects.
So it's more like an old point-and-click adventure.
Yeah.
Like a Sierra game.
Well, not even that. It's a hidden object game. So there is a murder in the hotel you're staying at in the Alps for the first one. There's multiple different chapters. There's multiple different games in this game. I just, finished the first one just to see what it was like. And it's just hidden object scene after hidden object scene after hidden object scene. It's just
Can you clarify hidden object?
Okay, so a hidden object scene is kind of like, remember the old I Spy books?
Vaguely.
So the hidden object scene shows you a scene with just a bunch of stuff on it. Like there's one that's in a kitchen. So you have all sorts of things and all these shelves in the pantry. And you're given a list of objects to find. Like find the spider, find the 8-ball, find, X, Y, and Z. And there are some where you actually have to do something else on the screen in order to actually find the object. Like there was one where it's like, find the lipstick. Well, I first had to find the key in order to open up the makeup box in order to then being able to actually find the lipstick.
Okay.
So that's what it is. There's no actual like puzzles. You just have to basically Where's Waldo your way through the game.
And no like murder mystery.
Well, there was a murder mystery, but you were passively
not one that you are solving.
Yeah.
Your character is solving it.
Your character is solving it.
Finding objects.
Yes, I'm finding the gun. I'm finding the gun case. I'm finding the cigarettes. I'm finding the footprint.
Okay.
But, I have no active participation in actually figuring out what all this stuff means. The cutscenes are like little comic book sort of cells that kind of, take the story along. And then you travel to a new location and more hidden objects. So this was definitely not really a puzzle game, and there is energy.
Oh, no.
Yes, and no surprise, there is very quickly an energy shortage, and in order to do anything, you have to have energy. Like, even if I'm in a hidden object scene, and I find a couple of items, every time I find an item,
it depletes your energy.
That is 3 energy gone. So I could be halfway through the thing there, and it'd be like, oh, you're out of energy, sorry.
Pay money.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to pay money. And then they're like, okay, well, your energy will regenerate at like 8 energy an hour.
Okay.
And you can hold a maximum of 200 energy.
Can I make a suggestion for you then, sir? This sounds like you are not going to be recommending.
No, I am not going to be recommending this.
Can I recommend to you the Ace Attorney trilogy?
That's on Google Play?
It is indeed it's $23.
Oh.
It's one of the most expensive phone apps you'll ever buy.
I was like, oh, maybe $10? Sure, but $22?
Well, in fairness, it's 3 games.
Yes, I know
it is for like $40 each.
It is all 3 of the Ace Attorney games. Okay, that
Did you ever play the Ace Attorney games?
No, but because I didn't have any sort of Game Boy.
Andy, just buy this. Just play it.
Well, what's my Google Funny Money at? Hold on. Checking.
Objection.
Wow, I have earned $510 in Google Funny Money over the umpteen years. How many years have I been doing this?
lot.
No, I remember. I signed up during the Sochi Olympics opening ceremony.
Okay. So do you have $20?
No, I have right now $6.36.
Okay, so this is only $17.
Yep. That's a bit better. Okay.
Just buy it.
All right.
I'm very curious to hear how you like the Ace Attorney games.
All right.
It sounds like you're going to like it a lot more than Murder in the Alps.
Yes. And there's also a second one, like Murder by Choice or something. I also downloaded that one. Because it turns out if you play one game, you'll get energy for the other game.
Oh, God, no. Andy, don't do it. Just don't do it.
I know.
Just play Ace Attorney. If you want to do murder mystery point and click kind of thing, this is point and click. To be clear, it's like have conversations, go to a crime scene, look around. The difference is this isn't a hidden object where like here's the list of things for you to look at. It's just here's the screen. Look at what you want. There's some things you need to find.
Well, that's just like L.A. Noire.
Probably, because L.A. Noire stole it from Phoenix Wright.
There was a comparison made way back then when it first came out that, yes.
Like, this is like Phoenix Wright.
Because you interviewed the people there and you had to try and read their facial expressions.
Yeah.
And figure out when they were lying, when they were not lying.
Yeah. Phoenix Wright is so well written. Like, mwah, it's so good. I'm kind of tempted to pick this up myself.
But haven't you already played the games?
I played the first and part of the second.
Okay.
It's also on Steam. It's $30 on Steam.
Now also give me something else to play on my phone that's not Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I'll just play another Nintendo game on my cell phone. Hello,
Capcom.
Nintendo. Oh, this is Capcom?
Game. It was a Capcom game. Published for Nintendo, because it was published on the DS.
Yes.
My name is Phoenix, right? I'm a semi-decent lawyer. With the help of my best friend and my hot/dead employer.
Hot/dead employer?
Go play the game.
Okay.
Just go play the game. Just don't worry about it. Just go play the game.
All right. Well, first things before that, though, is the random topic.
Yes.
Rolled ahead of time.
Sure.
What brand of shoes best represents your personality?
Crocs.
Well, I, for the longest time, until just recently, kept on wearing Dr. Martens. That was like my go-to shoe. And
Yep.
in fact, I should probably send my Martens in because I got the shoes for life option for them.
Nice.
So all I have to do is just pay the shipping and handling, and I send in my old pair of Dr. Martens, and they send me...
here's new ones.
Yeah, they send me brand new ones.
Nice. I never was a fan of Doc Martens personally. Like, just, I don't think they look good on me. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it's not what shoe do you wear, Andy.
Yeah, I know. That's what it's like. What brand of
shoe represents your personality?
Can I say New Balances?
If you can explain it.
New Balances are the dad shoe, right?
I mean, I've worn New Balance for like over a decade. I am not a dad. God, almost 2 decades. I've worn New Balance for like 20 years.
Yeah, the 990s are the...
I always get the feeling that other people know way more about shoes than I do. Shoes is just not a thing I ever paid attention to. I wear my shoes, and I wear them, like, until they are destroyed. And then I go buy another pair.
No, I didn't really pay attention much to the shoes. Like I said, I always wore the Doc Martens. That was my shoe.
Yeah.
Running shoes, though, that's when I started to have to really pay attention.
Well, yeah, because, like, those are going to have a huge impact on your like, foot health.
Yes. Those are the shoes that I went to the running store and I said, okay, I need running shoes. And they're like, all right, here are 4 brands. Take one, run up and down the sidewalk for a bit. Come back and tell me how your feet feel. I
did something similar when I was training, because I was training for 8 hours a day, and you're on your feet most of the time. And so I went into a like shoe store, and I went up to the attendant and I said, like, this is my job, this is what I do. And they're like, okay. And I said, what shoes do you wear? Because they're also on their feet for all the day, like in the store walking around. And he just walked me over. He's like, I buy these. And I'm like, done.
Were they good?
They were great.
Okay.
They were fantastic.
What the heck was that?
Never underestimate a good pair of shoes. But, like, I don't pay attention to shoes. I don't know what kind of... I just know I wear New Balance. I don't know what kind it is. It's a New Balance. That's why I'm saying that, like, my personality, Crocs.
It's just...
I don't care. It's what I do.
Well, I'm not
People
fancy.
find it entertaining and fun and comfortable.
I'm not fancy like the... God, I don't even know what everybody calls the Air Jordans now.
Are they not called Air Jordans?
No, there's sneaker slang is probably sneaker
not
slang.
My forte. I don't know, when I search for Air Jordan, I still get a lot of hits from Nike.
Oh, Jordans are made every year and they're numbered, so you don't call them Air Jordans anymore. You just basically call them by their number.
Jordan 22?
Yeah, there's like, yo, those 10s are dope. They're usually talking about a Jordan 10.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of words here that I'm okay.
Anything else from you?
No, I'm gonna say Doc Martens they're not showy. They can be showy, but they're just reliable. They're built tough. Not as tough as they used to be, but neither am I.
Neither am I. Wow, Andy.
Hey, my shoulder is killing me, and all I did was just run around an indoor playground for a couple hours.
My shoulder's killing me, and I took a giant bough off a tree. And then had to drag it because it fell into my neighbor's yard. All right, I think that's it then.
Yep, that's a wrap.
This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast.
you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.